Yolanda, talk to me about change. Change a bit. I mean, earlier you mentioned that, you know, if there's no change, you would probably leave. You'd probably leave Guyana. Why do you think that life out of Guyana would be better than in Guyana? What are some of the things that you may have been seeing, whether it's television, internet, that, you know, Guyanese, a new government could actually maybe learn from and adopt some of those changes?
Firstly, as Leslie said, they need to start with the government. It will not change automatically. We won't wake up this morning and say, okay, well, this is the change, and we change it, right? But it will take time to change, but it will change. If we want it to change, it will change. The difference from overseas and here is that I have a friend, and he's doing 2 jobs overseas. Accountant from 7 to 5, and then from 6 to 9 is the next job. Now, why is it so easy to get a job? He was like, Yolanda, you know, I didn't even write CXC. That Guyana make it such a big issue. You must have certain subjects to be employed. And overseas, he's like, Yolanda, I don't even know crap about maths. And he is an accountant. Now, tell me, why does this have to be so difficult to get a job in Guyana? What is so special about Guyana and the other countries? Now, people, they say you have to get certain qualifications. Now, when you go and you qualify yourself to the max, you're still at home. What are you doing home? No, I would like to see that change, the educational system and also the employment system in the whole. I guess if people are employed, life will be better for Guyana, and we all will be one. But again, the racialism, it's just tough, and it needs to change. That's my major issue here. The racialism in Guyana, it just needs to change, and then our country can be a better place. Okay,
well, it's almost time for us to wrap up, but of course, before we wrap up, Jamal, some final thoughts from you on you know, everything that you've heard so far. Because I know you spent some time, like you mentioned already, you did spend some time overseas. I mean, how is Guyana for you now? What are some of the things that you probably would like to see change? Aside from taxes.
There's a loaded question. But I would like to see a lot of things changing, I know. Like, you know, once again, as I said, we can't see change unless, you know, people bring it about themselves. But a lot of things do have to change in Guyana. And until they come, things like socioeconomic programs in place. Like if you walk down Regent Street or, what's that street? Water Street at night. It's like Skid Row in LA. They're lined off with like vagrants and people who do drugs and such. And these are people who are in these situations because no better alternative is offered to them. So if we had social programs in place where we could say, look, we could take these people off the street, we can give them a job, or at least put them to some sort of use, get them to some sort of rehab. We have programs like this in Guyana, but these are all initiatives that have been started by non-profit organizations. The government has no proper program in place for something like that. That's just one example of what I like to see change. Some simple things like infrastructure, getting to town from, say, the East Bank, or even coming down from the East Coast, as fresh and new as it is with that fancy highway and such, is a problem. When you're in town, you have to deal with crowded streets, you know, a bus system that's just unbelievable. I've seen nothing like it before in life. And, you know, all these other things. There's this culture, this culture of complacency that's been ingrained in our minds as Guyanese. That has to definitely change. That, you know, for us to say, well, okay, I just ain't able, this Guyana. All the things such as police corruption, government corruption, you know, the rampant poverty, and things like that, you know, it's all because, you know, we as Guyanese, we as citizens say, well, you know, we let it happen. The high taxes, come on, y'all don't complain because you let it happen. If you're gonna complain about it, do something about it. So if you want change, as I want change, you know, then be the change you want to see.
Okay. Ainsley, Yolanda, Jamal, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure, you know, chatting with you guys. Until next time, Guyana, I'm Malika Ramsey saying thank you very much for joining us, and remember to be good Guyanese citizens as always. Goodbye.